Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor Nation News, and we have a Bachelor Clayton Echard update. That's right. It's been so nice not having to talk about this cesspool of a situation, but we are here with new audio that has emerged from, I believe, the day after the evidentiary hearing, where Laura Owens called 911 on Clayton Echard, Greg Gillespie, and Mike Maricini. Hey, she got a 3-for-1 deal. All men she's got active orders against. It's wild. I'm going to play the entire call for you. And look, I've been happy that it's been pretty quiet, but we will pursue this till the end of Earth and back. We will continue to cover this, albeit hopefully there'll be less day-to-day news. But who knows, as they plan on appealing and all of that. If you want to continue to support my channel, I encourage you, if you have the funds, to join the private membership community. That's what continues to be a large revenue stream that helps us make this type of content. Patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'm going to be live with them for 4 hours today. So as you're watching this, I'm live behind the scenes, and they're chatting with me back and forth, doing a really good job as what I like to call work with Dave. Here, and by the way, Clayton's Justice, seeking justice for all victims of Laura Owens. Clayton's Justice on X has done such a good job. So many people have done such a good job, but really, we just thank them for their tireless work. Here is the audio of the 911 call that Laura made, attempting to report the 3 men she has tormented for being online and for being at the courthouse with a lawfully served subpoena the day after her June hearing. Laura, your lawyer already tried this ridiculous stunt, and it didn't work. All right, I'm going to try to play this in its entirety. I don't know. I'm sure I'll be pausing it here and there. Let's listen to the 911 call that Laura made.
That's the police. This is Raleigh.
Hi, I'm calling to report violations of multiple restraining orders.
Okay. What was the address that this took place at?
The websites
actually took place online.
Okay. Do you have a
one of them
address?
Do not be within 100 yards of me or within 100 websites.
Yeah, I do. And one of them actually was at the Northeast Courthouse. So do you want that address or do you want mine?
We'll just go with yours, and then I'll have the information. What's your address?
All right, they redact her address. More zip codes. Casita.
And what is your name?
Laura
Owens.
And also, she knows by this point that these things are public. I think it was surprised in the past that these things were made public, but she knows this is going to be made public. Just so you know, this is the day after she called the cops on Mike Maricini, who was at the courthouse. The cops did nothing about it because he was lawfully there. So I guess she's upset that they made a video. We'll get to that in a second. Redacted. Come on. All right, it's coming back.
Okay, and how long ago did this take place?
Yesterday and the day before yesterday.
So that's June 11th is this phone call, 2024.
And who was it that you have the order against?
So I have the order against, I have an order against 2 men in...
She's like, which of these men do you have the order against? There's no way you could have orders against all of them, right?
In Arizona and 1 in California. They were all together and kind of coordinated. It's kind of complicated. Do you want the men's names?
I wish the dispatcher asked her why she was reporting it. Like, what did they do? It's complicated. I got all day. Tell me, my shift just started. What did they do? And again, if you're wondering what they did, I'm actually going to go to Clayton's page right now. We can see what they did. Again, they stood up for themselves. Really, what they did was stand up for themselves. They stood there. Here it is, 2 million views.
We ask that you keep us in our thoughts and prayers as we enter into tomorrow's court hearing. We hope that justice is served and that this individual is referred to the DA for prosecution so that a future victim doesn't have to go through what we've went through the last few years. Hello.
That, my friends, is what she's calling the cops on. This is atrocious. This is such a misuse of taxpayer money. This is, I mean, by the way, do Clayton and I have the same arms? Do I? Don't answer that. I'm older. What can you do? Okay, let's go back to it. Here it is.
Yeah, if I could get them.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's the first one is Gregory Gillespie.
How do you spell the last name?
By the way, this is why I love the Patreon comment section. Slightly complicated. Bruce says, it's not complicated. They made an Instagram reel and never said her name. And there it is.
Gillespie.
Boy, sometimes things are just simple. I wish I could be on the phone call. Could you imagine if she's like calls 911 and dispatch is there and it's like, hi, this is Dave Neal, head of dispatch for Maricopa County. How may I help you? All right, she spells Gillespie.
Do you have his date of birth by chance?
No, she doesn't. Because she only banged him once or twice. Why would you know someone's date of birth unless you banged him on their birthday?
See, I have the order, so I'm guessing I'll have
Which, by the way, birthday sex happens. You know, you go to the bar. It's my birthday. Okay, I know what you want. All right, she's giving it up. The name, the number.
And the second subject?
Clayton.
He was the Bachelor.
And the last name is Echard.
And I wonder if Laura ever wrote her name in cursive with Clayton's last name. You know, Laura Echard. Oh, how nice it'll be. You know, she just sits there with all of her stuffed animals. I can't wait. And she's just like waiting for her HCG levels to increase. She's like meditating, trying to get the HCG up.
Do you have that date of birth?
No. Oh, she knows his date of birth. Wow. Yikes. They're like, do you have his social security number? She's like, yeah, I got that too.
Okay. And their order of protections that you have against them?
Yes, I have orders of protection against those two.
There's seems to be no penalty for calling on people for their arrest or for whatever the hell she's doing. Like, what's the penalty if you're wrong here? Shouldn't there be, I don't know, a $10,000 fine for someone, misinterpreting, at least doing it, it's like, it's one thing if you thought he was supposed to be 100 yards away, but he's actually 150 yards away. Oh, my bad. But it's another thing when it's like blatant. Like, is there a way to, and I don't think there is, a way to prosecute someone for blatantly lying about what they know the restraining order to be about? She's going to claim, no, the restraining order means that they can't harass me in any which way. Everything they do or say, she takes as harassment. By the way, imagine a world in which she got her restraining order against me approved. We would have never had this trial. It would have, I'm telling you right now, this trial would have never happened because I would have stopped covering it and they would have gone their separate ways. She'd do a TEDx talk next year. This is best case scenario that this is all transpiring.
All right, Laura, what I'm going to do is have an officer give you a call to talk to you.
So the dispatch is like, all right, Laura, well, we're done here because that's the first call of the year that had two different restraining orders called on the same phone call. And Laura's like, but wait, there's more.
And then there's one more.
Oh, what a joke. You're such a joke, Laura. A joke.
There's I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
The other one's actually... Yeah, it's a California order. I got the order in California and moved to Arizona.
She might as well call on Woodnick too. Can you play? I know you don't have a restraining order against him, but make something up. Come on.
Arizona, but I was told by San Francisco police to contact you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So that man's name is Michael, and then I can spell the last name. It's Marra. CCINI.
Okay. Now, what's Michael's date of birth?
She's got all their dates of birth. How does she remember this?
Okay.
By the way, I would love to meet a scenario. How bad luck would you have to have if you have actual restraining orders against 3 exes? I don't know if that's ever, like, I mean, imagine you date a bad guy, got a restraining order. Next guy did another. The odds of dating three, you'd have to be like a biker bar. No, and that's not to discriminate against bikers. You'd have to be literally dating have the worst picker in the world. I'm so annoyed. Are you guys as annoyed as I am about this?
Okay, what I'm going to do is have an officer, like I said, give you a call to talk to you about making a report. It may show up as a blocked or restricted number when they call you, so just for the time being, make sure you answer any phone calls you receive until you hear from us, okay?
Okay, bye.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You have a good rest of your day.
Okay, you too. Bye.
Bye. Gosh, what do we do, guys? What do we do? So, and again, by the way, I mean, it's insane. We believe Laura Owens' victims posted, the actual letter that she wrote to the judge when she was accusing Woodnick of conspiring to R-word. It's just one thing after another, and luckily they're tagging Rachel Mitchell. Luckily, they're tagging her in all of this. She's the one She's the one investigating Laura Owens. Laura Owens is being investigated. Here's some good news. Well, give me a second here because I'm trying to figure this all out, and it's been a while. I'm a little rusty. So Laura, as far as I've been told from people looking into it, Laura's trying to post content online as a way to search engine optimize down all of the negativity. So here's her game plan. She's going to try to make it look like when you search her name, none of this stuff shows up. And some people have speculated that she may have hired like an SEO company, maybe they're on Fiverr, to help her get her name above all this nonsense. It's important for truth and justice that when you do search her name, you see all of the things she has done. That is the safest thing for society, right? So in the past, podcasting wouldn't exist in search engine optimization because it's spoken, it's not written. There are, though, new transcripts being written during podcasts so that when the podcast gets more downloads or views, it'll rise up in the search engine optimization. I don't know if we'll see that right now. Like if we search, let's search, again, we're just going to do a thought experiment. Laura Owens, Dave Neal. Let's do this. Laura Owens Rush Hour Podcast. Let's see. Spelled her name wrong here. Let's see what shows up here. So look at that. My Rush Hour episode from today actually showed up from iHeartRadio. So this is really big news because I am audio and video driven, and the last thing we want is for her to not be attached to all of the news that's come out about her, right? We want that to be shared. So if you haven't already, that's my way of saying share the podcast. Click on it. Make sure that this type of stuff continues to get pushed upward. This was my episode this morning where I shared the Laura Owens, basically what we're doing right now, but I'm going into more depth right now. So I say all that just to say we need to make sure that the tools of the internet are used, not to shame her or put her in fear or any of these other things, just to show what's out there and keep it from getting throttled down. Of course, she's tried to do that with subreddits. She's had to have them removed. She's tried to do it with domains. I mean, we're just so lucky, knock on wood, that we exist with platforms that are pretty good with free speech, YouTube and podcasting, right? So anyhow, here was a visual reminder from Clayton's Justice of just how much Laura Owens has abused and wasted taxpayer police resources with her vindictive games. Here from the Justice for Clayton wiki is a list of calls she has made reporting Sean from Lone Cactus, the contractor she sued, reporting Greg, Clayton, and Mike. On January 2nd, she even called the Scottsdale police over an article written by The Sun, the same tabloid she went to in her atrocious attempt to slander and ruin Clayton, because he refused to date her. Rachel Mitchell, this woman needs to be stopped and finally held accountable. And here it is. Unbelievable. Multiple pages of this. Each one of these phone calls represents a number. How much money? hundreds, thousands of dollars worth of time and resources. Some of these phone calls led to domestic violence investigators looking into Reddit threads to determine if her, and by the way, none of these phone calls have led to her getting her way. She's just clogging up the system. It's absolutely beyond offensive to victims who need that phone call answered in time of need. I mean, you hate to think of someone else who needs to talk to that dispatch, and there she is going, well, I've got 3 exes that didn't want to date me afterwards. Get out of town. Seriously, get out of town. Go. Move somewhere. Anyhow, there's your update. I'm going to keep them coming. If you enjoy what we do, if you want to donate to the channel, you can go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. I've teased this for too long, but I do have some content coming up from the Arizona show, the Q&A I did with Clayton. I got some of that stuff coming up. It took a while. That's my apologies. I've been kind of busy. Had a kid. What are you going to do? But anyway, I got all that coming. Thank you guys all so much for the love, the support. I appreciate you. And we'll be back with more content right after this.